Please note, these specific designs of Microsoft Sam and Company are property of AngusArt Entertainment, and may not be used in outside projects without permission or proper credit. AngusArt Entertainment has rated this video A14, intended for young adult viewers. It contains language and themes which may not be considered suitable for younger age groups. Viewer discretion is advised.
My video sound system goes on back raffle.
Son of a bitch, I don't know how much more I can take being stuck here, waiting for an announcement.
Calm your horns, idiot. I know, the suspense is getting to me too, but the Dark Lord told us to wait until further notice.
Well, come on. How long can it possibly take for our agent to devise a plan to capture someone and give us access to their world anyway?
The plan has to be perfect, precise. And the Dark Lord has put the Psycho Drill in charge of communications, so he should let us know at any given time.
And that time is now, oh masters.
You see, even now, our agent has her plan ready to go.
And what would that plan be? Do we have a specific soul in mind?
Our agent did not specify. However, she mentioned an old saying about how to win a man's heart through his stomach. I think she means to claim the first soul with temptation. All he has to do is take the bait.
And once the bait is taken, then his soul is claimed.
And once the soul is claimed, at last, we can break free and do the rest. We have those fools at the studio, right exactly where we want them. Hot, 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 hot. What do you mean, Simon? Was there really nothing to find this year? Not that I could easily find. I scoured the memory banks, and could not find anything that would be considered trivia-worthy.
Not to worry, Simon. Milestones and other achievements don't always come easily.
True. All the same, sorry everyone. This may be a last-minute thing, if anything.
Take all the time you need, Simon. The way these presentations run, with our commentaries and all, it might buy you enough time to wow us with a nugget of some kind.
Yes, you have a point. Thanks, Sam. I will do my best.
There you go. And with that said, places everyone. Side up with your partner, and let's get this 2024 art summary party started. Who's getting the ball rolling?
That would be us. Ready to start it off, Richard?
Indeed I am, Abby. Welcome everyone. Yes, I'm Richard, and Abby and I are here to kick the year in review off with January's picks, and pardon the pun, a double shot of Wilkins. There have been a few takes on Jim Henson's characters, used specifically for commercials, two of which aptly named Wilkins and Wilkins, and here we see a parody, making use of a reference, the 1928 Mickey Mouse cartoon, Steamboat Willie. Purposely named Steamboat Wilkins, it was a fun way to spoof the cartoon's short that ended up in the public domain upon New Year's Day.
Surprisingly enough, it did not end there. Angus was also inspired to do a version of the characters in a meme that was floating around the web pages at that point, a reference out of the Cartoon Network show, Steven Universe.
I think we are gonna have to kill this guy.
Who, the one that's drinking Wilkins coffee?
No, the one who won't drink Wilkins.
It was that little twist of the meme that made it stand out somewhat, and it was good enough for Angus. Incidentally, he did not do this in initial black and white, like the old TV commercials, but as a two-panel strip in color.
Alas, poor Wilkins, Would he ever learn?
And that's where we come in. Hello, Microsoft Mike here, and with Mary, we bring up the choice for February, about another character who doesn't seem to learn. My leg. Holy fish paste.
Anyone who watches SpongeBob SquarePants knows about Fred the Fish, the unlucky citizen of Bikini Bottom who always seems to get hurt, be it by others' shenanigans, or his own. In this case, it wasn't enough to just have him screaming with one leg in the air, there was more to do with it.
There was just something about the idea of Fred barging in through a door somewhere, possibly kicking the door in, hurting himself in the process, if he hadn't heard it first. But where there's kicking the door down, there's also a familiar theme that had to be incorporated, and layers were used to do just that. Come to think of it, I remember the reference made. It was also used for a parody the previous December, and we talked about that last year.
That's true, I remember that. But now, we take a moment to get serious.
That's true, Mary. Hello. I'm Harvey Zilf, and with a good reverend humor, we bring up the March selection. A tribute to Akira Toriyama. Known for few projects, in the early years, he was best known for his epic franchise, Dragon Ball, and every series that shaped it.
While mostly familiar with what he saw from the Dragon Ball Z series, Angus still felt the need to work a tribute image to honor the legendary creator. To do this, he only needed a single Dragon Ball and a fitting caption referring to Akira as the one true Super Saiyan. This turned out to be plenty, and it certainly caught the eyes of everyone who searched for images paying tribute.
Toriyama's other works include the wildly popular Dr. Slump, which earned him his first bit of acclaim, but he shall always be remembered for the epic character designs and battle storytelling of his Dragon Ball franchise. May he rest in other world with his memorable creations.
Truly, a legend is lost, but yea, and verily, his works shall live on through others, connected with the stories or the fandom. May he look down on us and be proud for the legacy he left. Amen. Indeed, he shall be missed. But something tells me more is on your mind, Reverend, besides talking about the tribute. I cannot explain it, Scotty, but I also came here in case, well, anything else may be looming. I'm not sure in what shape or form, but it's just a feeling I've got. Well, Reverend, even if that's the case, remember what was said. If anything does turn up, we'll be ready for it, one way or another. Yes, I do remember that. Thank you, Jack. Now, perhaps we can pick up the mood with the next images. Good idea, Reverend. Hello, I'm Janitor Jack, and together with Microsoft Hazel, we will be talking about the image picked for April. Ed Gwimbley. The idea was sparked on by a question of, what if? As in, what if a character in the new animated series got his own video games in decades past? It turns out this was brought on by a story in the adult-oriented series, Smiling Friends.
In one Smiling Friends episode, the characters meet what appears to be a strange being from an old video game by the name of Gwimbley. With his signature look and catchphrase of ooh, ooh, ooh. It caught on with viewers who went on to make game package art for any console or format. Angus took things in a different direction based on the name, as it sounded like Grimley, as in Ed Grimley, a character created by comedian Martin Short, during the 1980s. Giving the creature the hairstyle, as well as a triangle to play, the names and looks were combined.
Ooh, 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 I must say.
Exactly, Jack. The I must say bit was one of many phrases dropped by Martin's character, in both stand-up comedy, and an animated series in the late 80s.
I guess that means we're next, Beulah. Ready?
Ready, Johnny. You go ahead with the first part.
Hi everyone. I am Johnny Bacon Baker, and Beulah and I have not one, but two offerings picked for the month of May. A Gmod Robotnik combo. It began with a vehicle prop in the Gary's Mod Workshop that of what's best known as an Egg-O-Matic hovercraft seen in the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. Angus had done a role reversal, placing Sonic in the Ego-matic, with Robotnik chasing after him, back in 2011, trying to mimic a scene from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and a meme that was thrown around at the time. But with a craft now in the workshop, it was decided it's time for a remake. With a decent Sonic-type map, the models and vehicle were worked into the scene and recreated with an updated caption up top.
While at it with a Sonic map, another idea struck with the same models. At the time, there was another meme, based on a panel of a SpongeBob comic book, where Patrick Star heads home, with Larry the Lobster screaming at him for some reason. There were many recreations, based on this, but something was missing. That's when Angus set up this scene, with Sonic running away, with Dr. Robotnik calling him the worst creature who ever lived. It was some time later when another on DeviantArt did a version using traditional art. Angus showed his Gmod scene to the author and they exchanged favorites. A fun experience that received considerable attention.
Hello everyone. Who ordered the lunch special?
Lunch special? I don't recall anyone calling, as we got started.
Nor do I recall having a studio chef here. Have you been here long?
Oh yes, where are my manners? My name is Linda. Microsoft Linda, at your service.
I don't suppose whoever placed the order left a name?
Sorry, I must have missed that part of the memo. I only just started recently, and am learning who's who. Anyway, whoever ordered this dish, I hope they show up soon. I hate to waste all the extra bacon they wanted.
Did you say extra bacon? Well, if no one else ordered, I'll be happy to take it.
You made an excellent choice, sir. Enjoy.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is gonna be great. Oh my god! What is that?
That's the new studio specialty, sir. We call it Bacon Surprise.
I believe it. The surprise is that it doesn't look like actual bacon. It looks like someone's freeze-dried dwarf, cut into ribbons.
Damn it, Johnny, did you have to describe it like that? Gross. Ew. Ew.
I'm sorry, Mary, but I certainly did not expect this.
Somehow, I'm not so sure that abomination is the smelliest thing in the room. You say you just started?
I'm not so sure I understand. What do you mean?
It's one thing that you didn't get a name for the order, but the fact that you came in here without any of us ever meeting you. How does that work?
It's like I said, I only just started here recently.
That's funny, because, Linda, is it? I don't even see a Microsoft Linda listed on our payroll. So who are you really?
So, you want to know the truth? Damn you.
Damn you and your infernal bookkeeping.
Holy havoc! You mean she was one of them?
So, you're another one of those foul demons.
Not just any foul demon. You can call me Volcana Ash.
I thought you looked familiar. You were mentioned in one of our past summary compilations, back in 2017.
You would remember that, you sick bastard. I swear you were ogling the images like a desperate puppy.
Ha 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 ha. Now that's the meaning of irony. Knowing about me, before I even show up in your presence, instead of vice versa.
I take it that you're trying to poison me with that contaminated meal that was supposed to seal my doom? I'm glad I didn't go gonzo on that dish.
Oh please, you only needed to take one bite to seal your fate. But you weren't the only one I was looking to put in danger. The minute you took that bite, it would be phase 1. There are bigger plans for the rest of you, and soon, your souls will be the main course of our infernal feast. Ha 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 ha.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Lo and behold, Salvation has come.
And not a moment too soon. The moment that the demon's temptation was refused, I decided to watch until her identity was revealed.
Not that it will do anyone any good. All I need is just one of these foolish mortals. Any of them will do. Then the Dark Lord's plans will be closer to fulfillment.
You can tell your foolish Dark Lord that no plan of his will be even close to fulfillment. Even now, my will is protecting all innocents in this vicinity. No evil shall claim any souls that do not belong to them.
Let it be known that his word is law, and I uphold the law in his honor. Away with you. Away, and stay in your own domain.
Oh, shit. I forgot about the man of the cloth. I truly am powerless with them both in the room.
That's right, you have no power here. And another thing? Your cooking sucks.
You miserable mortal worm. I don't care who I have to bring with me, you will all perish soon. That I promise you.
I have heard enough. Your so-called promises are not prophecies. Now, it's time to send you back from whence you came.
You can't. I can't go back yet.
I can, and you will. Be gone. The evil is vanquished, her plans have failed. You may resume your session without any further inconvenience.
That is such a relief. I thought for sure we were all in for it.
That will not happen. What plans she was talking about will never come to fruition, not on my watch. Now, I must go. There is still much to do in this world. Blessed art thou all.
Thanks again. Well, Johnny, I'm glad you're safe. I guess you really aren't as obsessed as other bacon characters are made out to be.
If that demon ever found that out about me, there's no telling what other trouble she would have caused.
I better wheel that cart back and get rid of that stuff. I wonder if it counts as hazmat.
Well, back to the matter at hand, right, Michelle?
Very true, Michael. I think we all need some relief after that one.
Hello everyone. Yes, it is us, the Learned and Hobsky siblings. Michelle and I will be going over June's pick, a spur-of-the-moment idea best known as the 4X. Indeed, this one was a fun take on a Dr. Seuss character, the Lorax. But instead of speaking for the trees, we see this take on the character, just getting stone cold drunk, swinging back on a jug of the hard stuff.
While it did get a few nods by people on the art page, Angus also used it as responses in sports chats that he would frequent. Surprisingly enough, there were quite a few in the sports chat that liked it even more. There were a few who would try making verses that they could hear the 4X say, but out of those, one sounded really good to Angus. One of them, known as AP Dominator 729, came up with a surefire winner. I'm the 4X, I speak for the booze. And I would very much like some when my team is about to lose.
That little guy, he must have been through a lot. Losing his trees, watching his teams lose, that feature film adaptation.
Oh, I don't know. If anything, the film did give us the Let It Grow meme, short-lived, as it was.
Yes, that is a good point. I had found myself singing, "You Greedy Dirtbag," in one part of that song.
Well, Sam, it looks like we're up next.
Yes, Anna, and I'm ready. Hello everyone. I am Sam, Microsoft Sam I am, and together, with Anna, we will talk a bit about the image selected for July. And don't worry, if you're wearing a headset, there will be no distortion, as we talk about Dr. Jr. At one time, there was a program based on SpongeBob, called AI Sponge. Here, people would make their own ad-lib dialogue, and insert it for any of the characters from the show, often resulting in absurd dialogue. But with those programs, there are glitches, especially where abbreviated titles are used.
One case in particular was with Plankton, and people just could not resist making him say combinations like, Dr. Jr., just to hear the result. What you see here is probably what it would look like if Plankton was seriously affected. And if you think that was an experience, you should hear when he would acquire an Esquire.
While we're on the subject of vocal issues, Anna, I noticed you're sounding better. I can hear you a little better than we used to.
I'm glad you know this, Sam. I've been getting a bit of speech therapy, and it's been helping me. I'm happy that you can tell I'm improving.
I think I speak for everyone when I say we're all happy for you. What do you all think?
Congratulations, Anna. Keep up the good work. And on that positive note, hello. I'm Radar over here, Scotty, and with the help from Sydney, we will cover the August submission, unofficially called. Boy, this is another instance of not just redoing an older image, but taking it another direction. Flashback again to 2011, with this version of Foghorn Leghorn, striking the pose often compared with a popular meme. My boy. More recently, it was decided to give this image a makeover. And while this remake is also featured in the gallery, it felt like there could be more to it.
During the year, Foghorn became a stellar meme, most of the posts featuring him talking to characters outside the Looney Tunes franchise, often giving motivational messages. Others would just be for sheer insanity. But more could possibly be done. It had been a while since Angus last tried a GIF. GIF? An animated clip. That said, he rediscovered the animation option in real-world Paint and made new images with Foghorn doing a different meme pose.
Boy. I say, boy.
Of course, given how Foghorn talks to other characters, you can bet it would turn into a big sermon. Lecture, that is.
I was a pretty big fan of Foghorn as a kid. His clashes with the barnyard dog always cracked me up. Hi there, I'm Microsoft Mark, and speaking of clashes, Eva and I are here to bring the image picked for September, simply titled. Excellent. What's the significance of the title, you may ask? Well, it all started with an announcement by Paramount, regarding a voice actor selected for a movie, specifically, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The role was for Shadow, and Keanu Reeves was chosen for the voice. Do you see where this is going yet?
Well, I sure do, and if you know about Keanu and his beginnings, you're familiar with the 1988 movie, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The real challenge here was to get a good pose for Shadow in Gary's mod, as he comes out the victor, after a fight with Sonic. It wasn't easy to make Shadow do an air guitar pose, but the outcome was hilarious all the same, especially with Sonic's reaction, asking, "They let Keanu Reeves voice you for that?" The idea of keeping the faker reference from the game, Sonic Adventure 2, added to the fun.
Would it be too much out of character, if Shadow learned at the movie's climax, how to be excellent to others?
And after a victory over Dr. Robotnik? Party on, dudes?
Words to live by, I'm sure. Hello, I am Microsoft James, and Nurse Catherine, and I will be discussing the image selected for October. Halloween. I gotta rock. Anyone who follows the gallery will notice the trend every year. Angus usually takes a character from one source, and adds a costume modeled after a character from another source. Or Group A, dressed as Group B. But this year, it was time for a different approach, all because of one iconic television special.
You can't go wrong with references to the 1966 Peanuts special. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and one gag in particular, just had to be given its own pun. You know of Charlie Brown's ghost costume, the one that's all holes, instead of just his eyes, but where he goofed on the costume, he makes up for it by playing a mean guitar, giving his classic line a whole new meaning. Trivia note. We got to see him actually on the guitar in the 1971 special, Play It Again Charlie Brown.
Well, it is nice to see the poor kid come out on top for a change.
Indeed. But now it's your turn, isn't that right?
Yes, Uncle, it is. Hello, I am Microsoft Susan, and for November, George and I will be talking about a caricature based on a series of YouTube video shorts. Aussie Nefario. It started with an uploader by the name of Spotto, who gave voices to characters from the Despicable Me films, specifically Gru, and Dr. Nefario. The twist in all this is while Gru comes off a bit higher pitched, Nefario is given a gruff voice with an Australian accent. And a rather foul mouth.
Early experiments show a version of Nefario done in paint, with one of his famous quotes purposely censored, but after a while, it felt like a bit more could be done. The image of him that actually made the gallery has Nefario striking a more popular pose from years past. Recognize it? Yes, here the Doctor is, doing a sort of Robotnik reference pose.
Those video shorts are hilarious, though some of the elements, like the car models and other things, may be confusing to some.
True, the Australian model cars are not the same as what's available in other countries, and not every country calls push-button slot machines Pokis, but there is still a lot that will get the audience laughing, like the car battery at the beach. Look that up later, you might get a charge out of it.
I see what you did there, George. Looks like I know what I'm looking up after we're done here.
But of course, first things first. Hi, I'm Microsoft Zira. David and I are finishing off the year with December's Gmod piece, inspired by another series of videos. Dream fulfilled. Go back a few years, back to the masterpiece fan dub videos by the YouTube channel Snapcube and their dub of the game, Sonic Adventure 2. What's the first thing that comes to mind? I'll bet it's Eggman's announcement, right? Well, the image here refers to a scene prior to that classic moment.
I've come to make an announcement, Shadow the Hedgehog is a bitch ass. Ha, just kidding. Actually, it was a moment beforehand, when Shadow talks in his flashback about peeing on the earth. The talk soon changes to peeing in a Hot Topic store. As luck would have it, a recent mall map in the Steam Workshop featured signs of retail stores past and present, including one for, you guessed it, Hot Topic. All that was needed were the models to make Shadow's dream come true. Rouge creates a distraction by having a cat customer, likely Big the Cat, keep the clerk busy, while Shadow does his thing. This does not get past Eggman though, and he belts out one of the funnier exclamations.
There's only one thing I don't get. In his flashback, Shadow talks about doing this while talking to Maria. Would she have approved?
Probably not, but then again, that's how Shadow puts the edge in Hedgehog.
David, what the hell am I going to do with you?
Everyone, great news. I know what to show. What did you find, Simon? Well, it's not trivia, but it's something else that gets big when it was new.
Simon, that's wonderful.
So, what did you find?
There was one more that got many reactions and favorites just before the new year started. And there was only one way to celebrate the new year as far as Angus was concerned. This image of Patrick Star trying to stifle a laugh. This is because of the year at hand. 2024.
I get it. The reference to Patrick at SpongeBob School. Though I can think of something funnier than 24. 25.
Raffle. That joke was so silly, but it never gets old. You see, Simon, I knew you'd come through for us with an extra tidbit.
Thank you, Sam. Maybe I'll have better luck with trivia next year.
We're looking forward to it. Speaking of which, we at AngusArt Entertainment want to thank you all for watching, and we look forward to good things in 2025. As thanks, enjoy these few honorable mentions, and we'll see you all next time.
Oh yes, the honorable mentions. I wonder what made it to the list this year. Pet. Rat. Steamboat. Pet. Rat. What the hell?
Oh, I love that scene, when everyone from Billy and Mandy ended up as puppets.
Really? Next box, can't work with models? What about no collide?
Guess who? Now I'm gonna imagine jump scares with that Woody Woodpecker laugh.
March 4, 1893. After 4 years out of office, Grover Cleveland was sworn in for his second term as U.S. President.
Oh, my aching head. Are spiritual demons supposed to feel pain like this?
That's nothing compared to the pain we'll all be feeling once the Dark Lord finds out about your failure.
Stop it. I understood she got closer to claiming someone than we ever did.
Even so, when he finds out the mission was foiled by the higher power, he is going to be pissed.
So what happened? Did your target not take the bait?
Can I help it if I never learned how to cook? So, what now? How do we keep from getting cooked ourselves?
It looks like we have no choice. One of us is going to have to consult the Dark Lord and report this.
Very well, you do that. Yes, and make sure you give him every miserable detail. I'd say good luck, but that doesn't exist down here.
What, are you kidding me? Son of a bitch. Son of an absolute demonic diarrhea-infested bitch.
This has been a presentation of AngusArt Entertainment.